Good morning, it's Veronica. It's 10th of October 2017. Haven't done a video log for a while, so I thought I would have a bit of time. It's a Tuesday. I've got 3 days off because I'm taking my bestie back home to Wales after her surgery. So I'm due to travel down to London to collect her in a couple of hours' time. And then a slow drive via every service station on the M4 to Swansea, which will be great fun. So I am approaching 9 months post-op. Don't really want to talk about that because there's nothing really to say. Everything's fine. But I am approaching 2 years since I went full-time at the end of the month. And I want to talk a little bit about that. But before I do, just give you a little update on what life holds for me now. It's fine. It's great. Work is it's more important to me now since surgery. I'm able to focus more on work and do what I perceive to be a good job and add value to my company, which is great. And I've just taken on a secondment to another site, which is a 10-month secondment to a site on the south coast in Portsmouth, where I'll spend 4 days a week, 4 of the 5 days of the week, working out of that office. Sort of means travelling down early on a Monday morning and coming back late on a Thursday night, spending 3 nights in a hotel and then doing 1 day in the office in Stevenage on a Friday. And it means living in a hotel. I'm going to get fed up with that within about 2 weeks, I think. But I am used to doing deployments away from home. For example, around the turn of this decade, I had a 3-month deployment overseas in the Middle East, which was a nightmare. And prior to that, 2 years on an RAF base in Lincolnshire, supporting a military program up there for my employer at the time. So I am, I've got staying power with these sorts of things. I can do them. And they're quite exciting and quite challenging, and this one is 10 months, but potentially, if it works out, if I work out, if I like them, if they like me, I could maybe take permanent residence on the south coast. Haven't really given it too much thought at the moment, because of the time of year. I'm not going to see daylight now until March, because I'm going to be going to work, it's going to be dark. Leaving the office in the evening, it's going to be dark. I'm not going to see anything in the south coast area or surrounding area to get an understanding for what it's like down there, to see whether I would settle there. So I'll probably have to build up some reward points on hotel loyalty cards and take some weekends down there over the next few months, just to see if I like it. We'll see how it goes. I've also started training as a volunteer for a major national charity, which I can't really talk about too much because it's all confidential stuff. But I'm 5 weeks into a 9-week training program, and at the end of this month I'll go on to formal probation with them and start doing some good, start giving something back to a life where I feel I've taken more than I've given in certain aspects. So it's time for me to do some good. That's my motivation anyway. See how it goes. So as I said at the beginning of the video, I'm approaching 2 years full-time at the end of this month. And at the end of the first year, I did a video log called My First Year in Transition. It's by far, in a way, the most popular video on my YouTube page. 5,500 views. For me, that's viral. Okay, it's not, but it's by it's an order of magnitude more views than anything else I've ever published, and primarily because I don't open my gob and talk. It's just pictures chronologically set in order to music, and I'm going to do the same again at the end of my second year in transition. And I've selected a piece of music which you'll hear when I publish the video if you watch it, and it's going to be the same sort of thing, just capturing my second year in transition, which includes a number of major milestones for me: my hair, my surgery, the death of my mother, and then just life after. So it captures all of those things. We'll see. Watch your space. So as I said earlier, approaching my second year living as me, and the law says after you've been living 2 years, you can apply for what's called a gender recognition certificate. What's that? What benefit does that give me? Well, from what I can make out, not a lot. I mean, society recognises me as a woman. My GPs and the health service recognises me as a woman. I recognise me as a woman. So what else is there to worry about? Two things. Just two things. The first is, if I'm a naughty girl and I get convicted of a crime and I have to go to prison, potentially I would end up in a man's prison. That's just dumb, right? So, don't want that to happen. I don't want to be naughty to start with, but you never know, something could happen, and I may end up in a prison, and I don't want to end up in the wrong one. I want to end up in a women's prison if I'm naughty. The second reason why I want one is because there are still people out there who still think I'm not quite real. Well, fuck you. I am real. And when I've applied for my gender recognition certificate, I'm going to change my birth certificate, and that will say I was born a woman. So, squibble. Sounds a bit aggressive, doesn't it, really? I don't mean it to sound aggressive, but I feel very passionate about it. I never was really bothered about changing my birth certificate, but it's the one piece of paper that I won't have changed, apart from swimming certificates and things like that. That would be just silly, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's the one piece of paper I'm going to change. It's going to cost me some money, but I don't care. I'm going to do it just because there are some people who still think I'm not a real woman. And you're so wrong. And in decades to come, society will recognise people like me properly, correctly, and they won't have this sort of issue. That's what I'm going to do. Right, I'll end it there, but thanks for listening. Take care.